the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Dekker Team. And I'm Yetta Dekker.
Yeah, and I think I can do that better. Let me try. Welcome to the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Dekker Team. How's that?
No? I guess you articulated the word track just a little bit better. And I'm suspecting it's because I bet everybody knows why it's because.
Well, what they don't know is that we argue every time. Who's going to introduce the show?
Do we argue?
Okay, we discuss.
And is it every time? Okay, so here we're proving this is kind of how it sounds.
Yes.
And so we both got to do it.
Yes, it's awesome. So I'm Ken, you're Yetta, let's go.
And we're excited to be here with you because today we get to talk about traditions. Sometimes it's all about the real estate, the buying and selling of real estate.
Did I say that?
Over top of what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Because our show's about Christmas, right? I'm excited like a kid. I love Christmas. Which is awesome.
And it is about traditions that make really your house a home.
Yes.
Around the Christmas season.
Yes, it is.
And so specifically, we thought we'd have a conversation about traditions and then about Christmas trees and Christmas lights.
Yep. And we might even talk about Bethlehem Live. And wouldn't that be exciting?
It would. It is such an amazing, to start the Christmas season, so it's probably our favorite family tradition, or way, way up there now.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And that is the first Saturday, and the first Friday, which is like tonight and tomorrow night, we all have actually, the opportunity to go hang out in Bethlehem Live. Mm-hmm. Which is a live nativity that takes place just outside Ottawa at Trinity Bible Church, 4101 Stagecoach Road. And it is a tour through Bethlehem with live animals, with the shepherds that are out there. King Herod shows up for a little bit of time. The innkeeper shows up. There's animals in the market. You might even get thrown into jail.
They call it a Roman garrison.
Okay.
They're nasty. The Romans are nasty.
They are. And then you even might meet the wise men. Did I talk about them? Mm-hmm. Anyway, and you'll see the star. You'll see some angels that will tell you what the season is all about. So if you want to do something, if you've done it before, I suspect you'll want to come back. And if you've not come, I suspect you'll want to.
Yes. I think it's the highlight. There's, me and my closest 1,000 friends usually come out, and it's a live walkthrough. So it's held Friday night and Saturday night. Yeah. So it's tonight from 6 to 8 o'clock, and then Saturday 5 to 8. That doesn't mean you're there for the whole 3 hours or 2 hours. It's a walkthrough, but you might want to come early because there's generally a lineup to get into the production. And once you start your tour, you walk through the entire production, and it's a lot of fun. Now, you'll want to wear warm clothing.
Yes, please.
Because probably a good half of the tour takes about 30 minutes to do the tour?
30 to 40 minutes.
A good half of it is outside. And also, when you're waiting to go through the tour, you're generally going to be outside. So dress warmly. It finishes up inside with some nice snacks and hot apple cider. And a great time to connect.
Right.
Yeah, so bring your friends. We've made it a family tradition.
We have, and we would love to have you join us at that particular family tradition.
Mm-hmm. So 4101, right? 4101 Stagecoach Road, tonight 6 to 8, and tomorrow, Saturday, 5 to 8.
So that's December 2nd. December 2nd and December 3rd. Because if you're watching a video of this, and it's an archive show, you're going to be thinking, tonight?
Yeah.
This isn't December and the wrong week and all that sort of stuff.
Thanks.
So December 2nd, December 3rd, 2016. Exactly. Because I'm thinking if somebody watches this next year, it's going to be the wrong dates.
Yeah. So, we'd love for people to talk to us about their family traditions. If you want to call or email us something that you do at Christmas that we maybe could talk about in a future show, maybe even next year, what your traditions are. We think it's great. And some of the the interesting things is there's a little bit of humbug around Christmas lights right now with global warming and electrical costs. Is it really worth it to put outside lights and decorate your home and turn the lights on?
Right. Now I've kind of found a solution.
Well, you have a somewhat solution. Yeah,
I like my solution.
I know you do.
Anybody that knows me knows I have a little bit of a zany sense of humor and a zany way of seeing the world. And Christmas lights take a lot of effort, although they're beautiful and I love driving through and seeing them.
And we love seeing our neighbors. They're awesome.
Beautiful. Our neighbors have the best light show anywhere in the city pretty much. It's one of those streets. So we could have a street competition. And we have a special contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And Ken probably doesn't like it quite as much as I do.
No.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Had a dear friend of mine who is an artist paint an 8-foot tall Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
And there is one string of lights on my tree.
And he's stealing them.
And the rest are in his sack, so to speak. Now, there are a couple of other strings of lights that were put on those trees long before we ever bought the house that we found last year. We plugged them in. One's red, one's blue. And then there's a multicolored string, and the Grinch is stealing them. So that's one way to handle. Be humbug about it.
It's not really humbug. It's a decoration.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
And so one of the options around lighting, if you don't mind doing the work, and clearly yours truly does. So Ken puts the Grinch up, he puts the light, there's a couple of spotlights on him so he looks kind of funky, is going to the LED. The LED Christmas lights. They're not quite as brilliant in terms of lighting. I had a hard time adjusting to those. That was part of my initial humbug phase. And it certainly saves a whole lot of money. So if you haven't thrown away all your old lights and replace them with the LED, you might want to, because it certainly is helpful.
Now, when we first decorated our house, do you remember we had the big spotlights and then we had lots of strings of lights and we kept blowing the breaker because we had too much plugged in?
Yes.
Well, the nice thing with LED lights is you can have 4 to 6 times as many lights and still not blow the breaker.
Right.
So you can really overdo it.
Right. And Ken would love to do that. The great news is he can't seem to find the time.
And you know what? It's cheery to drive down the street on the way home because it gets dark so early and it's dark when you wake up. It's like dark when I go to work and it's dark when I come home. And so when there's cheery Christmas lights on the streets, it just puts me in the mood on the way home. I'm excited. I just love it.
Well, that is wonderful.
So if you want to support Ken, decorate your tree because I'll enjoy driving by it.
Well, decorate not just your tree, decorate your house.
Well, it could be a tree outside, could be the house, whatever.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
So speaking of trees.
Yes, trees.
Christmas trees. You know, I always say in the spirit of Christmas, kill a tree. But you know what? They're grown for that. They give us oxygen while they're growing up. And they're, as soon as you cut them down, the farmer plants another one. They're designed for that. So, and it supports the economy. Plus, a fresh tree smells so nice.
Oh, especially balsam. So we know all my favorite now. Balsam's my favorite. I know others like Scotch pine or spruce. And I think there's another few types that are out there randomly as well. Those are probably the most 3 common.
Yeah, they're common in Ontario is your Scotch pine, your white spruce, and your balsam. Now, some people don't know the difference. So I did a little bit of research.
Of course you did.
And guess where I researched?
On the internet.
Yes, but where we're going to have our client celebration.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, on Saturday morning, we, for our clients that have bought and sold homes through us, every year.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. It's not just the clients that have bought and sold homes with us. It's also those that introduce us to clients that buy and sell. Because we have so many what I call Dekker Team ambassadors now, amazing friends and family of the Dekker Team. You're part of us, we're part of you, who have introduced us to other clients that have bought and sold, and you just haven't had the need to buy or sell a home or even invest in real estate in the time we've known you. And so we invite you out annually as well. So it's actually a gift that we give our clients when we have helped them buy or sell a home, or they have introduced us to people that we have helped buy or sell a home.
So if you fall in one of those categories and you didn't receive your email invitation,
we're sorry.
We're sorry for that. Maybe you blocked us. Maybe you said don't send anything to us. Or maybe we just missed you.
Or it went in the junk folder.
It can do that too.
It does.
So give us a call if you feel you are an ambassador of the Dekker Team or a client and you didn't get your invitation to pick up your free Christmas tree. Go cut one down and join us for cookies and hot chocolate and enjoy that time with us.
And wagon rides.
And wagon rides. Sometimes there's horses there too.
I
Beautiful
know.
black
they're
horses.
gorgeous.
You can give us a call, 613-860-4663. That's 613-860-4663. And that's why I went to the Thomas Tree Farm, because that's where our event is. I went to the Thomas Tree Farm website to look up the types of trees, and they offer all of those. So the balsam fir, I like the smell of it.
Me too.
And it's got fairly soft needles.
Yeah.
And it's good needle retention.
Yeah, and they're a shorter needle, a much shorter needle.
Mm-hmm. And then there's spruce.
Right.
The spruce has really short needles, and it has a nice scent.
Yep.
And the advantage with it is strong branches. So if you're one of these people that collect ornamental ornaments
That
for
are
your
heavy.
tree that are heavy, then you might want a spruce because they got stronger branches to hold that weight.
The needles are sharper too, so if you want to poke
Are
Ken,
they sharp?
yeah, they're a
They're the
little bit
ones that when I
sharper.
step on them, they go in my foot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember those. Wear slippers. And then there's Scotch pine, which has a much longer needle and has the best needle retention.
Right.
Yeah, so the spruce drops their needles probably the
Easiest. Yeah, probably the easiest. So you want to keep them watered. I mean, basically what you want to do in terms of caring for your tree is keep it outside until you're ready to put it up. So don't store it in the house until you're ready to do it. And then put it in the garage in a bucket of water if it's going to be more than a day or so.
Yep. And I've got a story to tell.
Okay. Oh, I know the story.
Before you give more care, one of the things that said on the website was, first of all, bring a handsaw if you'd like, or they do have some there. And do not bring a chainsaw or an axe. And the first time we owned a house and we were going to go get a Christmas tree, I had no clue. I don't know how old we were. We were in our 20s. And so I pack up my chainsaw into the car, put the trailer on the back of the car, 4x8 foot trailer, and we go out to the cut your own tree farm. And first of all, I brought out my chainsaw and people go, oh, no, you can't use that here. Here's the handsaw. I go, okay, I had no idea how long it'd take to cut a tree down. It's not that big. The stems, or the trunk is not that big. At any rate, the one we cut was pretty big. So we go out, and we didn't bring a measuring tape with us. So interesting enough, most houses are 8-foot ceilings, right? And we actually
And most doorways are just shy of 3 feet wide.
Yeah, they're probably 34-inch or 36-inch doorway.
Right.
So we get this tree, and I go, this one looks nice, and you agreed.
It was really round.
Yeah, it was very nice, round and bushy. So we cut that puppy down.
Took a long time, actually.
Yeah, with the handsaw. And we drag it back, and people are going, ooh, nice tree. Ooh, nice tree. Like to us, like they're kind of laughing, I think, because they know what we've done. So,
and we didn't have a clue.
No. So I get it back to the trailer, and I go to throw it on this 4x8 foot trailer, and it's hanging out on all four sides. We just couldn't get it in the trailer. So I force it down, strap it down. Because now we cut it, we got to pay for it, right? We got to take it anyways.
Well, in that particular, that was long enough ago. At that time, they didn't sort of put net on your tree.
Yeah, they didn't wrap it.
And so you didn't wrap the tree. Whereas the amazing thing at the Thomas Tree Farm, one of the things our clients have enjoyed so much is they actually have a shaker of the tree. So if you're watching me on video, you're going to see me shaking.
Yeah.
And it's what happens to the tree, so that the loose needles and the ones that aren't really tight
and the
snow all comes off, and then they wrap it in a thin mesh so that it actually doesn't take up very much space to take home.
And it's easier to get through your 36-inch door because our over 4-foot tree scraped let me just say it scraped a lot of the door trim and our walls trying to get it downstairs. And then we realized we wanted to put it downstairs, and our ceiling height was 7.5 feet down there, and we had a 9-foot tree. So we cut it down, we cut it smaller, and then the trunk was so big it wouldn't fit in our tree holder. So I had to spend hours whittling it with a knife, making the trunk smaller to fit into our tree holder. And then it was hard for the tree holder to hold it up because it was
It kept
big.
falling over.
Yeah, we had to tie strings on it and hang them from the sides. It was quite the amazing thing. And our cats, because we had cats at the time, our cats liked the ornament, so they would jump into the tree and knock it over. So that was our first experience with a cut your own Christmas tree. So I recommend you bring a measuring tape, maybe.
Well, there are some there.
Yeah, just watch what you're buying. Know that, maybe an adult that's 6 foot tall, when they raise their hand, they're probably around
8, almost 8.
7.5 feet. So that's about the height of tree you want. Yeah. And
Well, unless you have tall soaring ceilings, then you might want something taller. And they do have some taller ones at the Thomas Tree Farm.
Yeah, they have 9 foot, 10 foot
Yeah,
trees.
so you can get some tall ones if you have higher ceilings. And they never look as big as they are.
Till you try and get them in your house or on your roof of your car.
Right, because when you're in the field, you're standing there in acres and acres of the great, beautiful outdoors. I actually went a few days ago to hang out at the tree farm and take a little bit of video just to send an invite out to our clients and encourage them to come and celebrate the season with us and for us to connect with them and them with us. And as I was in the field, I realized that all the trees look kind of little. Until you get up to them, and then you realize how much bigger than you are if you're paying attention, which clearly we didn't when we got that first tree. Yeah. So certainly a lot of fun, and it's a great time for family.
It's another family tradition is to go out and cut the tree. Now, if you're one of the folks that don't want to go cut a tree, you can get pre-cut trees at different places.
Yeah, and there as well.
And if you don't want a tree and you're a client of ours, we have wreaths for you. Now, let's talk about care of the tree again, because a lot of people miss this point. It's kind of like when you buy roses, you got to recut the stem when you put them in water at home so that they absorb the moisture. Same thing with your tree. If you cut it and you left it outside for a week or so because you didn't want it inside yet, you should recut the trunk about at least an inch off. Right. And same thing if you bought a pre-cut tree that's been shipped. They're out there in the cold. They're there for a month or so. You want it so that when it comes into the warmth, it starts sucking the water back up the trunk rather than just dropping the needles because it's dry. So cut that, get a good stand that holds at least about 4 liters of water, and keep adding water to it. That's one of the reasons, you don't want your tree to catch fire. And
ideally, no.
No. And so keeping it moist helps that. And then the other thing is keep it away from heat sources, because that will dry the needles significantly fast. So if you put it over top of a heat rad or something like that, or near a fireplace, which looks beautiful to put the tree near the fireplace, it dries out the tree.
I know, ours is kind of close.
Yeah, ours is kind of fake.
Oh, it usually is. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And we've had real ones many years.
We have a beautiful pre-lit tree that looks so real. It's amazing.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, see, it's that real.
Okay. And so one of the neat things with having a real tree, which we have enjoyed so many years, and again, I think it's just come down to time for us. And one of the things that we really like to do, because it's another tradition that I grew up with, and actually Ken grew up with as well, because we both come from...
It's a scary tradition.
It is scary. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And yet it's
I think that's why you like it.
I do. I think that is why. Well, that's not the only reason. It's one of the reasons. And that is we grew up with live candles on the tree. Mm-hmm. So I have these beautiful gold candlesticks that have actually come from Denmark. They've been gifts over the last...
They're weighted at the bottom, so they're designed to hang on the branch.
Right. And
a little, what is that, about a 3-inch candle? 3-4-inch candle goes on top.
Yeah, you can get it at IKEA.
Yeah.
Who knew?
And you light 50 or 100 of these suckers on a tree, and you want to have a fire extinguisher handy because it's quite the excitement, especially when you have grandkids and everything. It's awesome.
And the dogs all come over.
Yeah. So that's our excitement around Christmas tree.
It's a party.
Yeah.
Makes it a party.
Yep. Some people have a tradition of pulling their Christmas tree out and walking around it and singing Christmas carols.
We did. We always
We
did
try
that.
to avoid that one.
I know.
We're not the greatest singers.
So we have done it. We grew up with it though, and we every so often we do it because it's just feels like childhood.
Now, Christmas can also be a bit of a sad time because many times we think of the loved ones that we've lost. That we have those traditions, and now suddenly, mom's gone, or dad's gone, or a brother's gone,
Or a child.
or a child's gone, and it really brings back memories of those loved ones. And so if we can cherish that and cherish the times we've spent with them, as opposed to, regret they're not there right now.
It's hard sometimes.
It is hard. And one of my friends actually had a beautiful tradition because she lost, I believe it was her mom, and decorating the tree, they used to do that together, and that really was a hard thing for her to do. So now she invites friends over, and they open up a bottle of wine and a bunch of friends and a potluck meal, and everybody gets a box of ornaments or lights, and they gotta, they decorate the tree with her. So she has a real party atmosphere to decorate the tree, and I thought that's a great idea. Yeah, I need a party for taking the ornaments down.
Yes, I know. That's the part.
Bringing down the tree is not the exciting part.
No, putting it up is way more fun.
Yeah, it's usually like February before we go, we better get that down.
And then we usually ask somebody else to do it, or we have a take down the ornament party. Yep, you're absolutely right. So lots of really great things to be able to do. What would actually be helpful on our Facebook page, if you would, or even on our website, you can send us an email. We will post those things that you have come up with that help make the bitterness of the holidays when you've lost somebody a little less bitter. Make it bittersweet. Add the sweetness back to it. What memories, what traditions, how have you handled it? We've so enjoyed attending that tree ornament party. It's been a real delight in our lives as well as in hers, and it makes her think happy thoughts of her mom and not so much the missing of her. So if you have other traditions, I know on my tree, my sister the year after my brother died got us an ornament that was handwritten in that talks about him and his life. And so just having a remembrance of him there, although he's not with us, certainly makes it's a bittersweet. It adds a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah. Another tradition which I love is some people will, every time they travel somewhere for an experience, they will pick up a tree ornament remembering that town, city, country, whatever, wherever they went, so that when they decorate their tree, they can remember all the great experiences they had with family traveling and doing that kind of thing.
And friends and the visits and all that great stuff. Experiences.
Yeah, and sometimes people will come over and they'll look at your ornaments and they'll go, well, what's this one mean? Or what's this one mean? And apparently the favorite color this year is purple.
Well,
which is what, last year we had a hard time finding purple for your tree because purple's Yetta's favorite color.
Well, one of my top 3.
Yeah. We could have made the Dekker Team logo purple.
No, it's red.
Okay.
Red, white, and black. Red's my other favorite color. So purple happens to be it. And last year it was painful, actually, finding purple ornaments. So we finally found some. And this year they are everywhere.
Apparently. We haven't still gotten out to buy some more.
No.
But purple is the in color, apparently.
And, of course, the red, green, and the white lights. It's just always traditional and beautiful.
They're classic.
They're classic. Classic's gorgeous, too.
So that's our Christmas show, early Christmas show, because we want to talk about traditions and what you could do.
Yeah, and we want you to share yours so we can share them with others.
And maybe...
Hold on 1 minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, my turn?
Go for it.
Okay. Not only the traditions around making your memories sweet, also just general Christmas traditions. We'd love to share them because it's kind of fun growing yours and deciding which one from other people's you could add to yours. Yeah, Advent is one of my favorite, having the candles. And so we got so many.
Oh, yeah. And you have an Advent calendar, which you open up little gifts that are attached to each day for the 24 days of Christmas.
Which was actually hand cross-stitched decades when I was a little girl.
Yes. And we learned that it was made slightly wrong because it goes down the side and back up. And So as you take the gifts off, it gets lopsided and hangs crooked.
Beautiful. Anyway, what did you want to say, my
I
dear?
want to say it's Christmas is coming. I know it's tough to think of that, but it's coming. And maybe you want to buy a house for somebody for Christmas.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
thought.
or a lot to build a house. So we've got a nice lot out near Merrickville. Be a great retirement lot for someone to build a house on. And it's 33,700.
Which
Very
is
affordable.
amazing for a
Very affordable.
and it's a lovely little quiet street. There's a beautiful luxury home next door that's already there, so you're private and
people.
you're not secluded. I mean, you've got some privacy without being isolated. That was
That's
the word
the
I was
word,
looking for.
Now, if you want a home, there's got a couple of nice homes.
Yeah, there's a beautiful one on Ramseyville Road, just outside. Well, I guess that's kind of in no man's land, but close to the highway, close to getting in, fast commute into the city. And it is a beautiful high ranch bungalow. It's had one owner. And those are some of my favorite houses because usually they've been cared for beautifully and they know all the details. The seller knows every detail and nuance and every little idiosyncrasy of the house that can be passed on to the buyer. So amazing opportunity, only $367,000. It's bright, it's cheery, it's happy, and it's been beautifully cared for. And then, this would be fun to come home to for Christmas. Beautiful trees to decorate on the front lawn. It's on a few acres, and it is a gorgeous executive bungalow just north of Metcalfe on an estate country lot. Beautiful. So if you're interested in space to roam inside, outside, and in the garage, tons of extra space in the garage. It's an oversized tandem, beautiful garage, as well as a gorgeous house, then you'll want to call us about that one as well. And if these
How much is that one?
$750.
Okay.
And if these three aren't the ones that sound like they could be the Christmas gift you want to give somebody this year for Christmas, we have many others. So you can give us a call and we'll help you get the best Christmas gift ever.
Yeah, so give us a call at 613-860-4663. That number again is 613-860-4663, and we would love to help you.
Right, and the email address if you want to send us your traditions or your memories and how to build great traditions, info@dekkerteam.com.
Or poke us on Facebook.
Oh yeah, we're there. You can find us.
Thanks for joining us on Inside Track on Real Estate with your Dekker.